When we look at retail and FDI, etc., and in spite of the three M's, the three M's are Mamta, Mulayam and Manmohan, the future seems to be the one word that keeps coming in my mind every time I think of retail and the related industry. Does it come to yours also? Future, the word future? And when you talk of future, before I go into some serious thought, I have a story to share. There were just two donkeys. One belonged to a washerman, the other belonging to a potter. And these two donkeys were exchanging notes at the riverside as to how life treated them. The potter's donkey was complaining life is very tough, a lot of hard work, poor working condition, very little food. In short, he said, I am leading a life of a donkey. So he asked the other donkey as to how is life treating him. And the washerman's donkey replied, it's not very different. Long working hours, stay at the riverside in the direct sun, forget love and affection, I don't even get enough food. Master is not very kind, but I am not complaining. So obviously the first donkey was curious that both of them being in the same situation, how can the perspective was different? So the washerman donkey replied that my future is very bright. And that's how the word future came to my mind. So he said the future is very bright. So when he was asked to explain, he said, you see this washerman, he has a very attractive daughter, very good looking. And every time he gets annoyed with her, he says, young lady, you better watch out or I'll get you married to this donkey one day. So when we look at our own future, it is depending on how we look at life and how we take a perspective. So with the 10 minutes that you give me, sir, I will share some of the thoughts of human resources angle to the whole concept of retail and what it entails in doing as HR professionals. Now, this is one industry where I feel that HR can play a very prominent and productive partnership role to grow and influence business. Unlike many other industries where there are many other factors which also play a major role. This is one area where this people factor is the highest, and we heard the previous panel talk several issues about how the impact can be made and how the impact can affect the business. But I think bottom line is that if you go to the bottom of the pyramid as to talent acquisition, are we getting the right type of people to join retail industry? Little research shows that there are only very few industries, very few institutes that offer retail as a specialized subject. And I was taking a ride with a young professional this morning, Bhavna, from the airport, and I understand that out of the 60 odd people who passed from A institute, only 20 and getting specialized training in retail, only 20 of them go into retail. Rest of them go into more sexy industries, more visibly attractive options. So retail has yet to come to a stage where it becomes an attractive proposition in the career building. And I'm sure my colleagues here on the panel will address that. But the fact is that the industry is growing at 27.6 CAGR, and yet we see an attrition of 40%. Now this is nothing new in industry or in India, because BPO, those of us who worked in BPO have seen a similar attrition. There was a time when attrition in BPO was 110%. And I was always wondering that my maths was weak, but how can 110 people leave when only 100 have joined? And then we realized that they were calculating on a monthly basis. So retail is not very far from there, where there's a musical chair going on. The industry-academia interface, and I just happened to do my PhD on the very same subject, so had a little bit of opportunity to go deep inside into it. There's very little academia and industry interface happening. Forget not only in retail but any others, but more in retail because it's a sunrise industry. And as a sunrise industry, you've got to have a flush of talent coming into the pipeline, because that is what the need will be. And as we go forward, there will be more and more requirement for these people. Now, if we are going to that, then all of us who are in retail business are actually fighting for the size of a slice, not the size of the pie itself. And this is deja vu for me, because in '94 when I joined Motorola, we started the whole telecom operation in